Alright, see how this works. Oh boy, this is going to be horrible. Bear with me, folks. Not too sure how well this live stream's going to turn out, but we're going to try it, I guess. Oh well. Been a minute since I've done a live stream. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I think 3 or 4 weeks ago I did try and do a live stream, and I forgot to save it, and it didn't upload to my YouTube, so I don't know. See, I'm gonna wait and see if people join the chat. If not, oh well. I'll just continue talking, I guess. Ooh, excuse me. The camera's not the best either. Sound quality is probably not going to be the best either, which I apologize. So, right now, this is only, my phone's the only recording device I have, because my older phone that I used to take better videos, that has to be connected to internet or else that won't work. So, yeah. And like I said, right now, my tablet's down, which I'm going to try and address that. So, yeah. Doesn't look like anybody's watching yet. Oh well. Give it another minute. Now, if something happens, then something happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh well. So, yeah. Definitely a cloudy day today, so. Oh, there is quite a bit of foliage out. Let's see if I can I switch this? Yeah, I can. Alright, perfect. But, yeah. There's quite a bit of foliage already. Been wanting to do a video showing how the foliage looks, but haven't been getting to it lately. Definitely need to do it real soon, because usually the fall colors here in Michigan, they don't really last as long. So, yeah. See, that's just it, I mean, some of the other states, some of them get their foliage, fall foliage anyways, a lot sooner than Michigan does. And like I said, the fall foliage here in Michigan doesn't last for too long, because, it goes from being, hot weather to cold weather, like within a week. So, that kind of kills off the leaves quicker, unfortunately. But, that's not to say we don't have any beautiful spots here in the Michigan during the fall, the foliage in northern Michigan is usually beautiful. And then, let's say you go to a corn maze, apple orchard or whatever, and you look at the tree lines and you see the beautiful fall colors there, like absolutely beautiful. I went to a corn maze with a buddy of mine. Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. And that was fun. Had a great time. We were, my friend and I were there for a few hours or so. So, yeah, that was definitely fun. But, yeah, looking at the fall colors on the trees over by that corn maze, which we went to, what was that place? Harvest Moon Acres, which is just out between Gobles and Paw Paw, Michigan. Absolutely nice area, nice people. Unfortunately, they had a lot of things there shut down that day because, it had just rained, and, the only place they had open was their bakery and their corn maze. Everything else there, like their hay rides and all that, that was all shut down. So, yeah, that was a bummer, but oh well. There's always next year, I guess. But, yeah, like I said, fall here in Michigan can be beautiful, but like I said, unfortunately, the fall colors here don't last too long, In some states, I know they last a little longer, but other than that, like I said, hopefully the sound quality isn't too horrible. I know with the phone I have, I know that sometimes the sound quality can be horrible, which I apologize for that if it is, you know. But yeah, like I said. But anyways, now that I talked about that, I'm gonna kind of address some things I've been hearing about lately. But man, I don't know what is it with a lot of the well, not all YouTubers, but quite a few of them lately. Like the situation with Sniper Wolf, and then like which I don't know who watches this will know who Sniper Wolf is, but I'm sure by now you've been hearing all about the drama that's been going on about that, where you know, she thought it was a great idea to give out, oh, what's that dude? Jack Films or something like that. I can't remember. I'm horrible at names, guys, so I'm sorry about that. Not to sound like an idiot or anything, but yeah, you know, that drama's been going on. She thought it was necessary to give out somebody's location on Instagram, and she's been under a lot of trouble for that. And of course, supposedly she gave out some sort of apology on some other different social media website, but she hasn't said a damn word about it on YouTube or anything like that. So, and she's continuing to upload videos, pretending she never did anything wrong, when clearly, I can assure you almost 100% of the people that have watched her videos are well aware of what she did. What she did was fairly illegal. I will tell you that right now, And what she did, I don't think she should just be kicked off of social media, but I think she should deserve both being kicked off of social media for good and face jail time for that. That's what I think she deserves, But that probably won't happen. That's the thing, with a lot of celebrities, a lot of famous YouTubers out there, And of course, politicians too, like everybody, they all think they're above the law and can't be touched or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know how they always end up getting away with so much shit other than, they got the money to deal with this crap, but hell, even if I was a famous YouTuber or celebrity or freaking politician, which even if I was either one of those things, like, I still wouldn't do stuff that would get me in trouble and would land me behind bars, because that's not what I do. It's not what I like to do. I sure as hell wouldn't give out somebody else's location, you know, whether they were harassing me online or not, which, remind you, that Jax Films guy that talked about Sniper Wolf, he really wasn't harassing her. He was just responding to her, giving out his opinion, saying some things, which a lot of them ended up being true. And Sniper Wolf got all in her feelings and decided to go to his house and give out his location and be like, oh, let's talk about this like real men. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Blah, 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 which, okay, I'm sorry, but to anybody out there that does that online, like, you're just a complete idiot. I'm just saying. But, yeah. But with all that out of the way, so, and another YouTuber I've been hearing about, and I mean, this isn't just recent either. It's been going on the past few years. I'm sure a lot of you have been hearing about the situation with EDP 445, which is short for Eat Dat. I'm not going to say it, but, for those of you who are familiar with him, I mean, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but still, he's been under a lot of trouble lately, which I'm surprised he has not been arrested or anything like that. But yeah, he was confronted back in April of 2021 for trying to meet up with who he thought was a 13-year-old girl. And, he was confronted by two other YouTubers. And I'm glad it wasn't a real little girl that he was going to meet. I'm glad it was, a decoy, But basically, and which is sad because, I used to be a fan of that dude. I've watched EDP's videos, prior to him being caught like that back in 2021. And, I heard rumors prior to that he, was talking to kids inappropriately, but, somehow he managed to pull himself out of that ditch prior, and, nothing happened after that. But then, sure as shit, he was confronted on YouTube. People were talking to him. Chet Goldstein and CC Unit confronted him, and yeah, he got in trouble from that. And, for that, I do believe he should have gotten in trouble, which unfortunately he didn't get in trouble by the law, which he should have. I don't know why, but oh well. And you would think he would learn his lesson from what he did, but nope. Of course, this past summer, he was caught doing the same thing again. Tried to talk to another little girl, and, thankfully it wasn't an actual girl that he tried to meet up with. It was a, Skeeter Jean and, what's that dude's name? Gideon. So, yeah. Oh, got some commenters now. Of course, don't mind my phone noise. My apologies. Hey, how's your day going? Oh, been tired most of the day because of the weather, but other than that, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I could say that at least. But, yeah, like I said, that one dude, that EDP 445 idiot, I just think he needs to be locked up. I don't know why he isn't, but, anyways, with all that out of the way, so, I'm losing my train of thought. Like I said, the weather's making me tired today. Let me switch the camera real quick. Yeah, like I said, here's another look at the fall foliage. Definitely looking beautiful. And, of course, don't mind the snowmobile trailer. I'll actually talk about that here in a little bit. But, yeah, cloudy day today. Yeah. Yeah, fall foliage is beautiful here. Like I said, it doesn't last long here, unfortunately. I wish it did, but like I said, with the way Michigan weather is, it goes from being hot weather to being cold weather within a week. So, the beautiful fall colors here in Michigan don't really last long. But, yeah, you as well, dude. You as well. Hope you have a good day as well. Appreciate you chiming in. But, I'm not too worried about donations. I do appreciate people, you know, wishing that they could do that, but, I'm not requiring it, not a big deal. But, yeah. But then, about those snowmobiles that I was just pointing out, so we got those from a snowmobile auction a few weeks back over by Coldwater, Michigan. We definitely purchased a lot of snowmobiles. Been wanting to put together some big vlog videos, talking about certain situations and, just try to do some fun things or visit places. But unfortunately, my one good recording device, which is a tablet I had for a few years, well, almost 2 months ago, I was visiting Ludington, Michigan. We were at Ludington State Park, we were at the beach visiting for a day, and, I was trying to put together a big vlog video, and, well, I'll explain what I did. Let me hop out of the truck here for a sec. So basically what I did was I set my tablet on the cover, right here. And mind you, it was a windy day that day. Wind was blowing, and of course I had my tailgate down, so of course don't mind the stickers. And then somebody's been writing on my truck. I don't know who did that, but yeah, truck's dirty because yesterday it rained, and I had to go to a few places and drove down some wet dirt roads. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I had my tailgate down, and the back of my truck was facing towards the lake, and of course that's where the strong wind was coming from, and it was making this thing bounce like crazy. Well, my dumbass thought it was a great idea to set my tablet down on this cover, because I figured, okay, I'm just going to be a minute or so, because I was trying to get some things loaded into my truck, and then I got sidetracked into doing something else, and the wind picked up some more, shook the tonneau cover up some more, and the tablet bounced off and freaking landed on the asphalt there in the parking lot that I was at Ludington State Park. Definitely cracked the screen up like crazy, you know, and been meaning to go to Best Buy to see if I can fix it, and I just have not had the time to do it, nor the extra cash. So yeah, you know, like I said, I've just been super busy, and I mean, okay, this past week and the week before, you know, we weren't super busy anyways, but I just have not had the extra cash to, you know, go to a Best Buy and see if they can fix it. But the tablet was starting to get a little old anyway, so I mean, you know, it probably wouldn't have lasted a lot longer anyways. But yeah, there's a celebration going on that way, so you know, you might hear all that screaming, you know. They got a bunch of kids over there, and you know, there's a bunch of people hanging out there. We're actually having a party here next weekend, which I'm excited for, you know. I don't really care much for Halloween, in all honesty. As I've gotten older, you know, I've kind of cared less and less about Halloween. You know, I'm 25 years old, but I do love a good celebration, you know, and I do love handing out candy, of course, but you know, to kids that are trick-or-treating. But other than that, you know, I don't really care much for it. If anything, you know, I'm more of a fan of Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, and then what else? Easter. Yeah, Easter. You know, I enjoy those holidays more than I enjoy Halloween. But I'm not saying I don't like Halloween, obviously. You know, there are things I still love about it, but at the same time, I don't really care much for it anymore. You know, I don't know if it's because I've gotten older and, you know, I'm not a kid anymore. So, I don't know. You know, but, yeah. I feel like it warmed up a little bit, but man, neighbors, dude. Luckily, the town I live in isn't that big, you know, and we don't have a lot of crazy things that happen here. But my biggest concern with this town, though, which is Breedsville, is I've learned recently that there's a lot of sex offenders that live around here. You know, I don't know why there are so many of them that live around here, but Breedsville seems to be a hot spot for sex offenders, you know, here in Van Buren County. So, yeah, that kind of concerns me, you know, especially considering I got a stepsister that's 12 years old, and then, you know, I got 4 nieces. Well, I'm going to have 5 nieces soon because I got, you know, my older stepbrother's wife has another kid on the way, but as of the time I'm doing this video, I got 4 nieces and then I got 2 nephews. So, you know, my oldest niece is 9. You know, my oldest nephew is 6. Yeah, he's 6. And then my 2 other nieces, which they're twins, they're 3 years old, I believe. And then my youngest nephew is not even a full year yet. You know, he'll be 1 year old and I think December. But yeah. But man, there's a lot of kids going by. Let me hop back in the truck real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna get back in here because you know there were a bunch of kids walking by, you know, just kind of screaming, and you know, yeah, these people that are having a celebration here, you know, they got family all over town. So I don't think it's any of their family that are sex offenders, as far as I'm aware. You know, I could be wrong. You know, I'm hoping that's not. I mean, okay, I understand there's a lot of reasons why people end up on the sex offendustry. You know, like sometimes it could be something as stupid as you go and date somebody and or you go and talk to somebody and they tell you they're a certain age, and then all of a sudden they lie about their age, and boom, you get in trouble for it. Or because I understand that has happened to some people out there, but as far as people that do inappropriate stuff and then end up getting to where they have to be on that, you know, it's hard for me to have sympathy for them. Just saying. But let me set this down for a sec. I need to take a drink. Oh, okay. Thought I cut my live for a sec. Went to go set my phone down and thought I pressed a button. This is the first voltage Mountain Dew I've had in 2 weeks. I'm trying to lay off on pop as much as possible, I'm trying to cut it out some because, sometime in the next few years I'd like to try and start getting some exercise and lose some weight, It's a goal I've been trying to reach for a few years, and I just have not. Well, okay, I have a chance to do it, and I just don't really, just never do it, Like I said, with the job I work, which is building contracting, you're on your feet all the time with that job, and then, I get home from work, and I'm just like, I'm too tired. I don't feel like doing that today, For anybody that works for a building contracting job, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that, but yeah, like I said, building contracting, that can take a lot out of you, especially with certain jobs, If you do something like a concrete job, a big concrete job anyways, that could take a lot out of you. Or, lifting heavy stuff on the job, like, heavy bricks, or, moving a bunch of lumber around and all that, That could tire you out. I'll tell you that right now. Especially if the lumber's treated. Man. But, not too sure what all to really talk about, There's a lot of other things I've been hearing about that I've been wanting to talk about, but I don't really want to talk about them on here, So, because on this channel, which this is my main channel, I try and stick to vlogging or weather videos or, you know, certain events or anything like that. And like I said, you know, I'm down a device because, you know, like I said, I made a dumb decision to set my tablet on the tonneau cover of my truck, and the wind picked up and blew it off my truck, cracked the screen all to crap. So, you know, like I said, I was going to see if there was a way for Best Buy to fix it, or, you know, and if not, then I'll probably end up being stuck paying freaking 400 or 500 bucks to get a new one. But either that, or I'm sure I could probably purchase a new tablet from my service provider, which is Metro by T-Mobile. You know, I could always work out a deal with them. You know, they have that type of stuff. So yeah, but that more than likely, if I do get a new one, that probably won't be until after Christmas, because yeah, Christmas isn't for another little over 2 months now, but you know, usually between this time and Christmas, you know, money starts to be tight, and, you know, it's like, you know, I gotta make sure I have money for this and that, you know. I also gotta make payments on this truck because, you know, I just got it last year, and you know, there for a while I was kind of behind on payments because, you know, just some shit came up, or some things, my bad. I'm trying not to swear as much, but you know, had some things came up, and you know, sometimes I get told we're gonna go somewhere or do something, and, you know, I don't get a whole lot of notice about it, and, you know, end up not having money for it. So, you know, which I'm not asking for money. That's not what I'm trying to do. You know, sorry if it sounds like I am, but no, I don't do stuff like that. You know, I don't beg to people, be like, hey, can you give me this? Can you give me that? No, that's not what I do. But, yeah, like I said, you know, Christmas is a little over 2 months away. So, you know, like I said, money's going to be tight. So, in the meantime, I think the only recording device I'll have is this phone that I'm going live with right now. So, I'm hoping to start doing some bigger vlog videos. You know, I would love to start doing that again. You know, I'm hoping and praying that maybe I will have some extra cash to spare to go get a new tablet to record videos with, because I don't want to do it all the time with this phone, because, you know, this phone doesn't take that good of videos, and, you know, the freaking storage thing on this phone is always screwed up, because, you know, all your videos and all your photos just go straight to Google Photos, which Google Photos is nice and all, but it doesn't give you an option where you can just put your photos on just the regular images rather than straight to Google Photos, you know. And because I have a lot of pictures and a lot of videos on my Google Photos, you know, my storage keeps getting screwed up. So I really don't want to delete a bunch of videos, because I was hoping at the end of this year to put together a big vlog video of all the, you know, a lot of the videos that I took this year. And I don't know if that's going to happen now. So I don't know. We'll see. But I don't really have any more comments or questions coming in. So I'm probably going to go ahead and cut this video. I'll try and do another live stream, hopefully in a few weeks or maybe sometime next month. I don't know, you know. Like I said, I just wanted to address some things and, you know, just kind of talk on here for a bit because, you know, haven't done a live on this video in a while, you know, other than, you know, to, you know, live stream the weather. And a previous live video I did, I forgot to save it on here and it's not on YouTube. So, yeah, that sucked. But, anyways, hope everybody's having a great day, great night, whenever you're watching this. Now, hang on a sec. How do I cut this? Okay.